Hello. So we have two signs left to do. I don't know how this keeps happening to the two of you, Cap and Libra. And I'm not messing with you. I'm seriously not messing with you. The dice does all of the choosing. And I do it on camera, and people get annoyed. I know they get annoyed. I don't have my comments on, but I can feel it. People get annoyed when I roll the dice, and it takes forever for the sign to come out that hasn't been chosen when we get to this stage, right? But anyway, everything you need to know is in the description box. Fuck. So that was easy. Libra. Direct hit. Direct hit. Is it not true the things we did? Yeah, I was listening to lots of songs. What was there was another song. I can't look at it right now, but I was just listening to stuff and I got distracted because I'm getting rid of a bunch of furniture so that I can not spend $4,000 on moving all of my stuff that I've acquired over the last 20 years. But anyway, it's your turn. Everything you need to know is in the description box. This is your reading for August, general reading. So I'm hoping that we get something other than cups. That'd be great, because a couple of the signs, it was just they were getting inundated with the emotional, romantic stuff. Please check out your rising moon and Venus sign. Some things are not going to resonate, okay? And that's all right. Sometimes you don't want them to. I have two social media accounts. They're both my personal social media accounts. One is on Facebook. One is on Instagram. Ash of the Dawn is my Instagram handle. You shouldn't be getting messages from either of those. If you are, you can ask somebody to video chat with you live. Typically, if there are people I'm already reaching out to, you will know who you are. It's fairly specific if I'm talking to you. Yeah, you pretty much know if I'm talking to you. If I'm not talking to you, or there's some hacker or some impersonator out there, you're going to know right away also. It's a thing in the tarot community, so I have to say it, right? I also don't offer personal readings, but that's in the description box. I figure I should say so. We should roll right into it, because I was trying to not have super long readings, and the general read, because I am clarifying with another deck this time, is a little bit longer than it should be. You have all the time in the world. All the time in the world. You don't, though. It's like you don't have all the time in the world, but you feel like you do. It's like you're trying to absorb experiences differently. Absorbing experiences differently absolutely comes up for you. And that's something that I'm getting, Libra. Trying to really soak things in differently. You know, it's like there's this fictitious work called The Celestine Prophecies. And in it, it's an ethereal book, and I never actually finished it. But I did get up to a certain point, and they go to this monastery and all that stuff like that. And the monks are chewing their food 17 times. And it's like, why are they chewing their food for 17? Like, they chew their food 17 times before they swallow it. It's because they believed that you could not fully experience everything in each bite unless you did. You know? So there's something about savoring each individual experience that you're trying to do right now in some form or another. In some form or another. I'm also hearing human connection. This side's ringing, but I'm hearing it over here. Let's hear what you have to say. If you don't know already, I know it sounds nuts, but I'm clairaudient. Yeah, I'll just leave it at that. And yeah, it does sound nuts, doesn't it? When my earrings over here, I have like partial hearing loss. It's probably getting worse and worse on my left side. But on my left side, ringing over here is spirit guides, if you believe in that sort of thing. And over here, it's people that have passed on that I know. That anybody that does choose to come in. It's ringing over here. What's your song for August? It's your August general reading. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. That was a good, clean shuffle. Very precise energy, very clear. It's as if, now I have the dot, dot, dot. It's as if they want me to use it. I don't want to use it. It's as if it never happened. Is it not true, the things we did? Because I was listening to my shuffled songs. Is it not true, the things we did? We didn't do anything. Okay. Your song. Come and sit down and watch. This one wants to flip. It doesn't want to go back in the deck. This one doesn't want to go back in the deck to the point where it almost bent. Did you just see that? I want you to go back, but it didn't want to go back in. We do have one over here. I will give you this one because of the nature in which it didn't want to go back in. Literally flipped. First, the Heart-Shaped Box by Nirvana. She eyes me like a Pisces when I'm weak. I've been locked inside your heart-shaped box for weeks. I'm drawn in by your magnet tar pit trap. I wish I could eat your cancer when you turn black. Oh, okay. I'm Born to Kill by Matt Good. It's more than less you say you do. It's more than the shot that gets. Okay. More than less you say you do. More than the shot that gets through. Born to buy into something. Born to kill. Enough to be released. Floating, loaded, enough to be released. There is a really beautiful, there are two versions of this song. Beautiful Midnight. It's off of Beautiful Midnight, and they did a Beautiful Midnight reboot where he does an acoustic version of it, and the orchestral outro, as well as the acoustic outro. Oh, they're haunting. They're haunting. There's more. There's more. There's more to know. There's more to know than you can. There's more to know than you can imagine. There's more to know than you could ever imagine. I feel the need to. We're going to do past, present, future for you. Libra. I brought my tablet out. Antidote. So I'm with him. Have to be released. It's more than less you say you do. Worry. Like a Satan. Lonely, so I'm with him. I'm not getting it. You're divided. Do you see? You're divided. Let's do it again. I don't like that. You're divided and stubbornly uncooperative, Libra. You're like, nah, get out of here. I don't want you to know my shit. Okay. Let's go. There you go. 2 in your past orientation. Queen of Pentacles. Capricorn. It could be Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Doesn't really matter. Capricorn energy. Elite female energy. Somebody who presides over career development, ambition, determination, stability, and groundedness and rigidness in the earth. One who satiates themselves and their appetites with everything from the material world. Recognizes and holds in reverence the beauty of the material world. As you can see with the pentacle there, the 5 elements. Yes. And then without delay, there's something that is happening without delay that you've had to go ahead and move forward with. Could have to do with this Capricorn. We're going to clarify everything, don't worry. So if this is rather cryptic or it means nothing or it's like, well, yeah, duh, there will be added context to everything. Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Or Capricorn is moving forward without delay towards something. We don't take big giant dumps of cards, that's for sure. However, it does mean that fate has decided that those will be turned over. However, at the same time, you also have a role in how your life goes. It's not just what I say or what the cards say or what the universe says. You do. You are the master of your own destiny. I figure. So, let's see here. So a devil in reverse is going to pop up there. Okay, well, I'm not taking those. I'm taking this one. Queen of Wands in reverse. Aries energy in its shadow aspect. So this could be Aries or Leo. Feminine energy. Not standing in its right power at the moment. In the past, somebody who is passionate to the point of rage. Irritability, excess, jealousy, infidelity, when a fire is so hot that it burns itself out. That is what I see when I look at a Queen of Wands in the reverse. The fire that eventually burns itself out. So Capricorn rushing towards the fire that burns itself out. Or without delay. Recognizing there. So there's the Capricorn and the stable energy over here that's grounded in the past. Delay. Without delay. Movement forward. To recognize this over here. The Queen of Wands in the reverse. The fire that burns itself out. Passion to the point of rage. Okay. Go, go, go. What do you know, Joe? Three came down. There are your 3. There are your 3. There are your 3. Okay. Ace of Cups in the reverse. No beginning in a romantic relationship. Could be with this Aries in the reverse. No romantic beginnings in general. Or something not beginning that was of emotional fulfillment for you. Could be that this Queen of Wands is somebody who permits this to happen or not to happen for you, because looks to be like they're a gatekeeper here. Look, you have this Capricorn. Oh, shit. You have this Capricorn energy here. And then you have the without delay here, the embarking upon a journey instead of just sitting and surveying it. And then you have that person coming upon the gatekeeper here who says, thou shalt not pass. Dump that cup out, motherfucker. Sorry. For lack of a better term. Yet you still move towards your triumph, your homecoming, your victory. Regardless. Regardless, in the past you came towards your triumph and your homecoming and your victory. There was something absolutely here where it was like you were coming home and you were doing it right. You didn't pay attention to this beginning that did not happen. You just weren't willing to take the risk. No risk, no reward, though. There was no risk taken, so there was no reward. You did not embark on a new path. Because you were returning home, I'm hearing. Okay, all right. At this time, there's grief, loss, disappointment when it comes to items of an emotional variety for you. You're in a state of kind of self-pity. I hate to say it. I'm going to be super blunt and honest, you know. But yeah, you're kind of sitting there examining the cups that you have, not recognizing that you have one that the universe is handing to you on a silver platter, really. You're despondent. You're not despondent. Oh, what's the word I'm looking for here? Disinterested. Unimpressed. You know? Unimpressed. Everything that comes to you is great. Everything is great. Everything looks awesome. Everything is da-da-da. Yeah. This is like this. This looks like this. Cool. Show me something that I haven't seen is kind of the attitude that I'm getting from this card right here. Show me something that I haven't seen. Show me somebody who isn't going to give me the same shit over and over and over again, because it's like changing the channel. I don't know what that means. Changing the channel and watching the same show over and over and over and over again. It's maddening. Bang your head against the wall, see if it still hurts. Yeah? Yeah. But you are moved to make a decision. You move forward. There is a crossroads that you have come to, that you have decided, that you've taken. Although you've taken off the blindfold, and it's now time to make a decision on something. We'll clarify what it all is. It's fine. I'll also read the verticals afterwards here when I get to our future tense line. August for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus present energy. We are in. Let's see. Tell me more. Tell me more. Do I have a flicker in here that I didn't notice? No? Okay, cool. August. Libra. Instead of a shocking event, you've decided to lessen the blow when it comes to something preconceived structure, or something that is an established structure that could come crashing down. You've decided, you've taken off the blindfold, and you've decided to take one of two paths. One of those paths is to throw down your Tower card. Yes. Throw down your tower. but it's to the lesser extent. You're still toppling an existing structure, but you're doing it in such a way that it is not going to be jarring. Scorpionic energy here. Scorpio season, Scorpio Libra season. You could be a Scorpio Libra cusp, so that means closer towards the end of, so like mid-November. You could be a mid-November Libra, or you could, no, that's wrong. Sorry, a mid-October Libra, or you could also be dealing with a Scorpio when it comes to this the structure. There's a structure that is being dismantled, but it's being carefully dismantled with it being in reverse there. It's like nicer, right? It's like snuffing out a candle. You know, you can either, you can snuff out a candle in many ways, right? Libra. I'm hearing a song by a band that I only saw just recently live. I'm not going to sing it, and I'm not going to sing the line that I'm hearing. And it's rather specific, so I'm not going to do it. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going is something that you need to hear, though, too. Keep going. Doesn't necessarily have to be the same. Pisces, Scorpio energy here. Masculine. So we have a Pisces and a Scorpio, or a double Scorpio. There's something about living into your intuitive side that you're being invited to do at this time. You may have in the recent past been disappointed. Yeah, disappointed when it came to the fact that a relationship did not begin, or that an offer was not provided to you, or that you were not provided an offer. This is water flowing upwards here. There's symbolism there. Somebody's pushing that cup down and literally like smashing it to the ground, trapping the bird, trapping the bird, trapping the bird, trapping the bird. Oh, but they're swallowing it. Is the victory and the homecoming, right? Victory and homecoming. But hearing your present energy, there's an invitation to tap into your intuition and your emotional masculine side. An emotional masculine side is poetic. It moves when the woman moves in order to create the dance, but it leads in a very mystic way. There's an invitation for you here to accept with grace when beginnings do fail you. And accept with grace, announce with grace and dignity when you have made your decisions and stand fast in them, but remember to stay in touch with your emotions. Right? Don't become detached. What else, Libra? Be in touch with your emotions, but also in touch with your creative, fertile, stable side. This is somebody who presides over a stable hearth and home. Taurus energy. Pisces and Taurus. What was in between Pisces and Taurus? Aries season. Aries season. So during Aries season, there was a romantic offer that did not happen, that was crushed. The caged bird. because the bird is trapped by the cup when you go like this. It's like the cup is being put over the bird. Then the homecoming happens in the past. But we have 2 time cards here if we think about it. If we have Pisces, and then we have Taurus. If these 2 kings are Pisces and Taurus, then you have Aries between them, which gives me time. You felt something bought you time. Aries season. Aries season was big. Aries season was big. Aries season is mid-March to mid-April. Here we go. Keep going. It's still an invitation for you to remain grounded, remain stable and firm in your convictions, but cultivate and connect with that part of yourself that is passionate about creating. And you know, the phrase bull in a china shop, right? Because being a bull in a china shop, when we talk about creation, like creating things, because Taurus energy always I tie back to the Empress, which is about creating and creativity. When I think about that, being a bull in a china shop is no different than being creative and fearless in your creativity. And Aries season, if we think about Aries is about taking risks. And if you do not throw yourself fearlessly into whatever it is that you're creating, as if a bull in a china shop that is just thrashing about wildly and does not care, does not regard for what it knocks over or what it breaks, well, it's the same with creating things, isn't it? You should not care what it sounds like. You should not care if you hit the wrong note or the wrong chord or the wrong piece of, the wrong rhythm here or there, or write the wrong thing here, or spell something differently, or the wrong punctuation, or the paint's fucked up here. The point is that when we fearlessly and feverishly throw ourselves into something, sometimes the best work is a comedy of errors, right? In and of itself. And it's like, oh shit, how did I fuck that up? How did I fuck that up so that I can reproduce it and do it right and accidentally on purpose? Do you know? I don't think there's a single thing that I've done that I haven't actually enjoyed the most. There wasn't something that I did in error and was like, oh my God, that was brilliant. I need to do that over again. How did I do that? Do you know? I think that's the lesson here. I know it's a little bit more intuitive than literal for the cards, but that's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing it. I'm hearing it here. But you know what's funny? I'm hearing it behind me, which I don't normally hear. And I'm getting it here. Somebody behind me. So, with this being in touch with your emotional energy, one second. Well, that was unfortunate because I completely didn't realize that I stopped the recording. So, as I was saying, although I did pull additional cards, I pulled 2 cards and kept talking after I answered a message. You gotta remain in touch with your emotional energy. You gotta remain in touch with your creative and stable, grounded energy. Now you've decided to walk away from something of emotional fulfillment. I think it's tied back to this Tower card here. I think that's a part of it. But the reminder is that while that is the case, remain in touch with these 2 aspects of yourself. Aries season is of significance, or there's an Aries of significance here. It's the king that's missing. Pisces and Taurus are here, but Aries is missing. Or Scorpio and Taurus are here and Aries is missing. It's we did pull you. It flipped out and it turned. I did say that. I thought I said it on camera, but somehow I didn't. You're imbalanced right now, and if we read the vertical, it couldn't just be you. It could be that there's a ruling that does not go in your favor moving forward, or it could be that there's a decision that you're not making right now. Decision you're not making right now of a romantic sense. And in the past, if I read the vertical, you have the Capricorn card, Queen of Pentacles. Moving down, you have offers of a, emotional nature, including divine offers, but many, many, many offers. You're despondent and you're disinterested because of grief, loss, abandonment, and disappointed in the past, and just burnout. Does anybody notice ever that, in the Four of Cups, guy's sitting under the tree and he's just like chilling. He has to chill for a second because the card before it was the 3. And in the 3, everybody's having a great time. He's taking a minute under the tree because he's burnt. He's burnt out from all of the cups. All of the cups, right? Maybe some of these offers, like I'm going to try and reproduce what I said. Maybe some of the offers that are coming towards you don't feel are balanced. Or you feel that they throw you off of your balance. You're just not sitting in right energy for yourself right now. There's also something here about, again, structures, established structures, philosophies, belief systems, toppling. This can also be dogma. I apologize for my nails. I'm not getting my nails done right now because I'm moving and I've had to drop a shit ton of cash already. And I still have to drop a shit ton of cash because I have to move my life and I have to pay 2 rents. So, yeah. Anyway, not about me. This, back to you. This is Taurus in the reverse, but this is in the future tense. This combined could be the Empress in the reverse. This could be a lack of inspiration because of indecisiveness and because of feeling lost in your philosophies and beliefs because they've collapsed. Because you're having to reevaluate them all over again. There's something about the keys there that I'm seeing that's important. You don't know what the key is, but there's something about the keys that's important. That's also a divorce card for some people, or a break of a traditional relationship, or a break on in-traditional values, receiving wrong advice from sage or a therapist, acting without delay. In the present, making a decision, taking the blindfold off. Okay, taking the blindfold off, and in the future, realizing that things that you once believed to be everything to you may not necessarily be so. Maybe that a philosophy or a belief system that you followed your entire life is coming into question for you, and that's huge. And I can see why you might be sitting in this energy in the future. If that's so, that totally throws you off balance. That would throw anybody off balance, right? That would definitely put me in a place where it's like, yeah, I'm not ready to be in any sort of anything. I don't even know who I am right now if my beliefs are being questioned, right? Anyway, let's move forward. I think I'm making pretty good time on your guys' read. But it's because I'm not having any problems. Well, there's not a whole lot of intuitive coming through. You could have been mine. You could have been mine, but you put me in line. By the way, for those of you who don't know, I've been listening to a shit ton of Interpol, and I've been listening to by osmosis a lot of Paul Banks. Yeah, just recurring, Anyway, he does this thing with, Reza, or I think it's Reza. I'm probably saying that totally wrong. Anyway, you could have been mine, but you put me in line. I heard that. Just as I was saying that I wasn't getting anything in for you. I wasn't getting anything in for you. Aries energy, the Emperor, the firm-handed ruler. Leadership energy. Why does this guy always show up for you? Did you hear that? That was on the wood rail, the handrail there. This guy always shows up for you. Any time that you go to make a decision that has to do with your heart space, for months on end, last year even, any time that you went to make a big decision, the King of Wands in the reverse or the Emperor would show up. And sometimes the Emperor would show up in reverse. It's like a leader energy, but it is Mars energy. Aries energy. Somebody who rules with a firm hand, but sometimes they can strike fear in people with how intense they run. They do not permit people to do things. They don't do them. And they don't see much value in things that do not move with a sense of urgency like they do. They're very reactive. But it's somebody who tells you whether or not you will pass, whether or not you will go, whether or not you will stay. You know, there is always a sense of having to answer to this individual in your reads when I use these cards. And it's right under your Tower in reverse. And it's interesting, it's sandwiched by the Queen of Wands in the reverse, which is feminine of a Leo or Aries. So it's like, are you trying to lessen the blow of this Tower in the present because you feel that you need the permission of a Leo and Aries, feminine and masculine, in the present and in the past? You can't make any decisions without this. That's what I'm feeling. I'm literally feeling this. I'm feeling it. Nothing that you do is seeking the approval. And it might not necessarily be that you're, excuse me, it might not necessarily be that you're seeking the approval. You might be a grown adult who does everything your own way, totally calls your own shots. I don't doubt that, trust me. But what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing that every time you hit energy where you make an actual decision, this powerful energy with a gate, an obstacle, like literal, something that puts up a wall comes there to stop it in its tracks. You have your Tower here that comes down, you have your lightning, and then you have this guy who's like, I have that, I have this, I have the time, I have the, scepter, I will choose when that comes off. Oh, it just puts you in anxiety and worry and sleepless nights. Anxiety, worry, sleepless nights. You're emotional. You're emotional that something didn't begin. You feel grief. Are you the caged bird? Who had the caged bird in their reading? Somebody had caged bird, caged bird, caged bird in their reading. You're the caged bird. There's an emotional offer that did not happen, or emotional beginning that did not happen. Look at it. How do you trap a spider? Oh, look at what happens here. Somebody's slamming that cup down on that bird. Caged bird, caged bird, caged bird. The Queen of Wands in the reverse. If I read down, there's emotionality here about it. You're masculine and you're living in that emotional energy. You're an emotional bond. And then you drop into sleepless nights and grief and loss and disappointment again. Anxiety, worry. Or somebody else's. Aries here on this side, potentially trying to hurry you to get over it. So you're doing this at night instead of during the day, under the cover of darkness where no one can see. In the past, this person was the wall that made sure this didn't happen. This being the relationship, or not even the relationship, the beginning of something, the beginnings, the fine beginnings. I don't know why I'm hearing that and saying that. This is not going to resonate with everybody at all. And you notice I'm getting super quiet. There's a reason I'm getting super quiet. Somebody's very upset about this. They're trying to stay grounded. They feel they have to walk away. They feel they have to get over it. So they're going to in the present. If I can't let you go, I have to let you be. Or if I can't let it go, I have to let it be. Because that would be stable. That would be the stable thing to do. Okay. Yeah. Prayer, meditation, healing, another sleeping it off card. Really trying to sink into your spiritual self, to ground and center your energy after a victory and a homecoming in the future here, end of August. Taking the time to really rest. Cleansing your heart space. You might do some chakra cleansing and Reiki work, or it's advisable to balance and clean and cleanse. Might be spending some time in a church, praying, seeking solace in spirit and soul. Tell me more. The only fucking pentacles that you have are a king and a queen of pentacles in the upright. Taurus and Capricorn. I'm trying to find out where the spin is, where the career spin is. I see creativity energy. I see emotional energy. And I see decision making. I see a lot of spiritual and philosophical stirrings or shake-ups. Decision making time. 2 months, 2 weeks, 2 years. 2 months from now. 2 months out, you're going to be weighing out your options, your decisions. There's a ship, there's water. You're going on a trip over water potentially, or surveying your options when it comes to travel. And that's not necessarily a classic view of this card. It's what I'm drawn to intuitively right now. There's something that has to do with the infinite that has to do with this decision. It could be that one of these people in the decision-making process, these two people that you're juggling, could not just be two people. Could be two things that you're juggling that you're trying to make a decision about. But either way, button or emblem of a club or a place that has an insignia. Crests, rubbing two pennies together, small checks, contracts, negotiations, but it's more a time card. Bottom of the deck, Ace of Pentacles in the reverse. No beginning at this time in a new contract. There's no new offer happening right now. When it comes to stability, there's nothing tangible happening right now. There's no new tangible beginning. But I think that you're okay with that because you have some bigger things that are happening for you. You're reestablishing your beliefs for the next phase of your journey. Because you had the homecoming there. Okay, let's clarify. Using the Sun, Moon, Tarot to clarify. Moon and Light Tarot, I think, is the chick that I watched that I forgot to shout out to. Who else? Let me get out my tablet. Maybe I can launch it and we can do an actual shout out to some people here. Instead of being a jerk and forgetting names like a total jerk. Who doesn't ever remember people's stuff? To give people proper shout outs about stuff. Cool. No, fuck. Okay. Let's do some shout outs, shall we? Let's do some shout outs. Subscriptions. Oh yeah, Birth of Venus Tarot. Lives in Sync. Yeah, she's good too. Psychic Sounds by B. Can't forget Psychic Sounds by B. Ilse Eliminator. She's good too. I already said 303 High Priestess the other day. I also watch a lot of soap making stuff because I'm boring as hell. And yoga things. I think that's it. Yeah. Damn. That was an epic waste of a minute of your time. Sorry. Okay. Let's do it up. One of these days I'll do a live for you. When I get to my new place, I'll do a live for you. How does everybody feel about that? That'd be good. Yeah. No. We'll do a live for you. Stick around because we're going to do a couple of different oracle cards and we're going to do the magnetic poetry here real quick. No more dawdling. Oh, you're warming up? Are you warming up to somebody, Libra? You got to see how impressive this looks on the other side. Look how beautiful this is when you finally open. Look how beautiful that is when you finally open up. That is the best imagery that I have in the world that I could ever offer to anybody, is how beautiful you are when you finally open up and show yourself for who you actually are. I think that was the only card that I lost. I'm pretty sure. We're going to take it as our first card to talk about this Capricorn. I don't even know what it says. Oh, you feel defeat and loss when it comes to them? What do you feel defeat and loss when it comes to that Capricorn? Can I just take a minute to make sure I don't have any cards that like zipped over there? Sometimes I'm so happy the camera exists when I do things because it enriches all of our lives so much, doesn't it? Why do you feel this defeat when it comes to this Capricorn? By the way, you're the only people who got this deck. I had to. I kept it out here and I was like, oh, am I going to? I don't know, but when I came time to do it, I had to. Ten of Pentacles because of legacy. You feel defeated because they're attached to your legacy? Or because they have a legacy? You feel that they have a legacy, so you feel defeated? Or you feel that they are projecting a legacy onto you? Tell me more. Tell me more about what it is with this legacy. I view the Ten of Pentacles as legacy. I don't view it as ultimate, lasting, lifelong wealth. I don't want to oversimplify it with just that energy, because I am a Capricorn, and so I know all about Pentacles. And I do know about Pentacles because that is, the energy that I live, It's the investment over years and years and years to grow that fucking tree. Look, it's the investment of years and years and years to grow this tree. It's not just, I threw down a couple of $100,000 and, blah, blah, blah. No. That took energy. That took love. That took life. That took years, decades. That's a legacy. That's different. That took sacrifice and determination. Hard work. Tell me more. Tell me more. What is it, this defeated feeling attached to this Capricorn? It has to do with the legacy. And wealth. There is something about wealth there, but I think I get two. The Sun and the Tower in the reverse. You're trying to let somebody down gently because their wish, they were not going to get their wish. You couldn't give them what they wanted, so you wanted to let them down gently. Leo and Scorpio energy. Without delay. Without delay. What is this without delay that you're doing? You're moving without delay towards a Queen of Wands in the reverse. So tell me more about that. Yeah, because you believe them to be your wish fulfillment. Okay. Leon to be your emotional wish fulfillment. It's complicated. It's hard. No one would understand. No one understands me like that. No one understands like that. We do have two that are flipped. Try not to have a divorce, breakup, lack of creativity, the Hierophant in reverse, collapse of belief system, non-traditionalist beliefs, like there's you again. In the reverse, the Empress in reverse, Taurus, Libra energy with the Taurus in reverse, double Taurus. It says the Taurus Aries cusp. We're on the Taurus Aries cusp. Without delay. You think you were giving somebody wish fulfillment without delay. But there was a lack of inspiration. You could not give somebody everything. You knew there would be disappointment. You thought you could give them at least something without delay, but there was a collapse of a traditionalist belief and a lack of inspiration or a lack of creativity. You weren't grounded. You weren't grounded. Without delay, you were rushing towards your happiness. The Sun in the reverse. They were the legacy. They were the legacy. This is where we get slowed down, folks. They were the legacy, but you had to let them down. You tried to let them down gently because you tried to let them down gently because you could not give them the Sun. You could not give them the Sun. So you thought that you would give them one of their wishes. You thought that you would give them emotional fulfillment and happiness instead. You didn't want to topple their beliefs. You didn't want to shake their traditional values. Or you don't believe in these traditionalist values, or there's something that's different here. There's something that's different here. Taurus in reverse. Libra in reverse. Lack of inspiration, lack of creativity. And a very disappointed Aries. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. Or during the Aries cusp. During the Aries cusp, the backside of Aries, Taurus cusp. Somebody believed in something and it didn't go as planned. And I was like, that was what you didn't want to tell us, the belief system. And there was no movement forward. You couldn't move forward with somebody. You couldn't move forward with somebody. There was delay. There was delay in moving forward on something. Cancerian energy. So Gemini season, there was delay with something. Tell me more. I didn't drop it, we're good. And there was delay with something in Gemini season. It's charging forward, right? The Chariot. You had made a decision. You had made a decision. You chose to go with your head over your heart. Aquarius energy. Chose to go with your head over your heart. You chose to remain balanced. You chose to give of yourself to others. That's why you couldn't start something new. Victory and homecoming. Tell me more about us, Ace of Cups and Reverse Reverse. Why was there no beginning? Because there was delay. It's like there was no delay. Somebody was moving forward towards you, but there was a wall put up. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Seven of Swords. You felt dishonest in this situation. You felt dishonest in this situation, being happy about coming home. Tell me more about your homecoming. Tell me more about your homecoming. Actually, I want to know about the caged bird. What is this caged bird? Are you the caged bird? Who's the caged bird? Two we get. Firm foundation. Somebody who's well in impulsive action towards a firm foundation, possibly home. Somebody decides to go home. Somebody impulsively decides to go home. That's what the homecoming was. Somebody impulsively decided to go home. That was the action they took. They impulsively decided to leave. And go home. Take their victory. Enjoy their victory for what it was. Say your job well done. Say job well done. And walk away from emotional fulfillment. Eight of Cups. All right. And not take the risk. Let's move forward. Four of Swords. Yeah, because you're going within right now. You're doing Hermit energy, Virgo season. You'll be doing this until at least Virgo season. So at least until the middle of August, you're going to be sitting within yourself, getting right with yourself. Centering within yourself, figuring out your truth. What is right and good within here. Never mind all this other noise. That's why. I mean, all of these offers and everything could be just as good to you as lint in a lint trap. That's what I'm getting here. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's zero wrong with that. If you have to do that in order to be whole, in order to come to a connection and do it right, then do it right. Don't do it wrong. Or you're just going to continue to, do the same thing over and over again. What's the definition of insanity? Right? By the way, I don't follow my own advice. Yeah, bang your head against the wall. See if it still hurts. I think I've already said that once. What do you learn in this tournament energy? That you're taking off your blindfold with Two of Swords? No, that's too much to learn. I'll take 3, though. Yeah, King of Wands in the upright. How to be a passionate, firm-handed leader. How to lead with passion, yet not scorch with your reactivity and your fire. This is embodying Aries energy. I always read my King of Wands as Aries, but I also, in this deck, read it as Sagittarian energy, which I never do. This is the only deck that I read King of Wands as Sagittarian energy. Still no new beginning. I think that you come out of denial and realize that there is no new contractual beginning of a stable, grounded, worldly venture. There's nothing coming. And then we have the Page of Pentacles. There is something coming, but it's smaller than you think it is. It's not a new beginning. It's a renewal of some sort. But it's a renewal that is smaller than you would think. This is also a timepiece. Timepiece, peace offering, but a timepiece, usually a watch, a clock, a pocket watch. A pocket watch comes to mind here. Time is of the essence. Time. You are now conscious of time where you weren't before. And that's why you pull your Tower in reverse. She already pulled up there with Cap. You had to let somebody down gently. Now you're letting somebody else down gently. Who? Well, that one decided to come out anyway. We got 2. You don't want conflict. You want this. You want it. You have to let down about a lot of people because you found your happy home life. You don't want to fight. You want a happy home life. Could this be what you have to communicate to somebody? Is that the kind of life that you want to lead has to be peaceful in order to be like the zenith, the Zion I'm hearing of a relationship, the zenity of relationships. You don't want to be left out in the cold, and you want it to be a relationship where people work on themselves equally as much as they put energy and effort into the relationship. Somebody who is interested in working on their physical, spiritual, and emotional, mental well-being. But somebody who's not going to leave you out in the cold or sit in a victimhood mentality. Tell me more about your King of Cups, King of Pentacles. Ten of Swords, healing. There's a feeling in the present. The reason that you're trying to be intuitive and keep in touch with your emotional side is because you feel a sense of betrayal, sickness, grief, loss, abandonment, ruin, like the card says, yes, or fear of that you're trying to heal from. And you're not trying to put other people in that situation, so you're trying to stay in touch with your emotions. You're trying to be fair, impartial, balanced, just, which is the colder card. I think the warning is not to get too cold and clinical as a result of how much pain that you've been through in your past. And that's why the invitation is to stay grounded and to stay in touch with your emotions. All right, in the backdrop. What are you walking away from in the present? Walking away from something to move forward towards something else? It's by chance. It's something that on a whim you've decided. It's by chance. It's a turn of fate. You decided to walk away from a Taurus, a Pisces, a Scorpio, or an Aries. A Leo. During Leo season, or in Leo season, it's taking you some courage to move forward on this. It's taking you some courage. You might have had to keep your temper in check a couple of times, but you're walking away, or somebody's walking away from you. Tell me more. Tell me more. Okay. That Prince of Wands, the Knight of Wands, and the Lovers in the reverse. There was no passion. There was no passion in the connection between you and somebody else. And they're telling you that they do not believe that you are the love of their life, or you are doing the same. Or they chose to go where there was passion, or where somebody was taking passionate action. There's a lack of effort here. Somebody's saying, you don't love me, you don't put in any effort. Or you're going to start walking away from things that aren't worth your effort during August. But it's taking you courage. But there's something about chance here. There's something about luck of the draw, or something that has to do with movement forward by chance. You so happen to believe, or by chance you so happen to have decided. Somebody is watching, or somebody is carelessly communicating with you by chance. You might have the courage to look at that. And it might make you realize that there's a choice that needs to be made about a connection with a Gemini. Or a Leo. Or the passion just doesn't seem to be there. Tell me about justice. Shit, we gotta move. Tell me about this imbalance. Okay. Didn't want to show itself. Full in reverse, same as up there. You're imbalanced because you're not taking risks. You're doing yourself an injustice by not taking risks. By not going out there and seeing what is on the next horizon. Yeah, but you are, though. You have decided to no longer follow the key. Okay, the key in the Hierophant, the key is to start entertaining the offers of the divine. The key is to stop being stuck in traditionalist values and start looking at the offers of the divine. Tell me more. What else say you on that? Huh? Two of Cups in the reverse. Re-examining perhaps something where you did not have a meeting. Or understanding that sometimes people do not meet for a reason. Not fate and destiny are actually a thing. Somebody's locked. There's lock and key, caged bird. Yeah. Interesting. But not everybody that you're with is somebody you love. Following your intuition rather than religion. Following intuition rather than books. Follow your intuition around an Aries. Live into Cancerian Scorpionic energy. Scorpio season, you could be in Cancer and Aries that scorches with their words. the advice there is to be of emotional integrity. Yep. Seven of Wands. You're defensive over a Capricorn. You don't think they're in their right energy. You think they're living in excess, but you're worried about them. You're worried about this Capricorn. There's no ending with this Capricorn. You think they're unstable. You're worried if they're okay. You're worried if they're on firm footing. And that's why you can't end things with them. You keep looking back to see if they're okay. It's like guilt. That's the guilt. Scorpionic energy. Again, you're going to be looking back during Scorpio season. Particularly in between Virgo and Scorpio season. How many cards was that? I can't know. They went back. Why aren't you ending things? Why aren't you ending this cycle? Take these only. Because you can't make a decision. You're indecisive about this person. You don't want to make a decision. You don't want to make the wrong decision and have it bite you in the ass. So you're not ending things. And because you worry, you know, rather not know. Well, I guess if we tie it back to the intuitiveness of the Queen of Cups there and the King of Cups right above, I think there's a part of you that knows that if you're worrying about somebody, then maybe there's emotional attachment. There's an emotional connection of some sort. If you're worrying about somebody, doesn't mean it's healthy, but it means that there's something there. Justice in the reverse, it still got you out of balance. There's no decision because you have too many responsibilities. You need to take rest because you have too many responsibilities. But in your rest and in your meditation, guess what? Deception, shadows, all of the things that the moon has hidden come to light for you. Cancer energy. Cancer Pisces energy, actually. So under the light of the moon, you can't really see anything, but you know what? When you go to bed or you meditate in the future here, during the end of August, you're going to actually figure some stuff out. Dreams are going to be super important. So take rest after all of these, because you have a lot of burdens. You can't make decisions because you have too many responsibilities to make the decisions. It's almost like intuitively through meditation, through spirituality, through meditation, through spirituality, through all of the work that you do on your intellect and your emotional and your, social. You intuitively know the path that you should be on. You already know. You could be looking at other people here in the present going, I'm walking away from you because there's no passion. You don't even communicate with me the way other people do. You don't even communicate with me on the level that strangers do. So I'm walking away from you because how can you be my lover when strangers communicate with me more passionately than you do? Strangers take action towards me more passionately than you do. So how could you be my lover? It angers you. And you have summoned up the courage to say something, and by chance it might be that discussion takes place with somebody that you're in a current connection with. But down here is where the shit happens that was happening in the past. And down here you realize that you have judgment in the reverse over somebody. Capricorn in the reverse, Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, that you literally are in defensive energy over. You protect them. You protect this person. You protect this person. And they're in the reverse now. You're worried that they're in the reverse. You're worried if they're okay. You're worried if they're stable. You're worried if they're stable. This is, King of Pentacles energy. You're worried if they have a stable home. You're worried about it all. You're up at night worrying about it. Grief, loss, disappointment, 9 of fucking swords, up at night in bed, trying to hide it from other people. Because and you know what? Because, and it's unfinished business. Death in the reverse. Yes, death in the reverse. It's unfinished business. Because you can't make a fucking decision. You can't make a decision. You feel like if you make a decision that it's final. And so you're not ready for it to be final. And because you're not ready for it to be final, it's throwing you off balance still. You still don't feel balanced. You can't make the decision. You don't think you're being fair to yourself either. You don't feel that you're yourself until you can. You have too many responsibilities, carrying too many burdens. So yes, you need to go and you meditate. And when you meditate, when you're finally at rest, when your mind is quiet, and when you're at one with yourself, when you're dreaming, when you're actually able to connect with your intuition, then everything is clear and all deception is lifted, whether it's self-deception or it's deception from all the noise externally. You get your answers. You get your answers, and you already intuitively know what those answers are. Is it Sagittarius or Taurus that I did a reading for? Where I was laughing because the other day I had a picture that I took of a lighthouse, staring at a lighthouse. You know. You already know, and in meditation it's going to become even more so clear. The 2 of Pentacles in your final of your outcome here. Okay. 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. You're not working on something. Whatever you have to invest actual work into, you don't have time for it. So you're going to continue to juggle options because it takes work to make a decision. And you have already far too many obligations. Far too many obligations. Far too many responsibilities. You have gratitude. You're exercising gratitude. Okay. And in your exercise of gratitude, you do make a decision of some sort. Decision about what? Decision about what? Tell me. What do you make a decision about? What do you make a decision about? It's got to do with money, spending money. An investment that didn't pan out? Okay, so this has to do with money. Small contract, check. Offer. Something that didn't work out in your favor. What's this? What is this? And about moving towards somebody. 2 totally different things. Romantically moving towards somebody. Cancerian energy. We have on the bottom of the deck. Oh, fuck. And every time, like I said, that you decide to move forward, what happens? What happens? Queen of Wands in the reverse. Pissed off again. Except this time she's going to unleash a fucking cheetah to chase you down and eat you. Because you're trying to do this. Fiery. Leo. Coming with the wrath of hell to fucking... Do you see this? That sucks. Well, I'm sorry. You're just going to have to work out those dynamics that can either, you know, there's something about those 2 signs, Leo and Aries, for you, that are just like, they throw up the walls for you, man. They make it so you can't move forward with anything that you do. Masculine, feminine. Don't know. Okay, let's get your note from the universe, because this is the longest reading of my life. And you're probably not going to want to watch it because of that. Okay, that's sufficient. Here we go. I like that yellow one right there that I see. Convince yourself, not others. The need to clarify, explain, or justify oneself in personal relationships is always self-serving. What's important is knowing the truth about why you felt the need because it often points to insecurities that could be dealt with in more effective ways. Hi ho, the universe. Wow. I think that goes in line with what we're talking about here, doesn't it? That's quite appropriate. Cool. All right. Let's get our affirmation. We'll do our poetry and then we'll get out of here. I am very, very sorry for how long this was. I always feel bad when they're super long. Do you know what I do when they're really, really long readings? Unless like somebody's showing the cards and I actually do need to watch what's going on, is I usually just like slam it into my pocket. If you have YouTube, like you have like an actual YouTube account that you pay for, you don't even need your screen on. You just, I don't. So just slam it into your pocket. If you're making dinner, put it in your apron. You know what I mean? What else? Walk around with it. Anyway, what does Libra need to hear? What is their affirmation? What affirmation can you use? I'm healthy. I'm healthy. And I make fucking good decisions because I'm healthy. All right? Okay, let's get your poetry and then we'll be out of here. Out of your hair. Libra. Okay. Wow. There you go. There you have it. Thanks for listening to me talk. Thank you for hanging out. I know it was a long one, Libra. If you've made it this far, that's fan-fucking-tastic. I appreciate you so much. The sign with the most views will absolutely be getting their love read next. And thanks again for watching. Be safe. Please be safe. Please take care of yourself. Do what you feel is the best for you at all times, and you cannot go wrong. I swear to you. I swear to you. Okay? Thanks. Bye. This is why these are taking me forever. Do you see this shit? Yeah. Yeah. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you. See? Yeah.